I want to welcome everyone who is watching this today. If you have never watched anything on my channel before, I am Lindsay Moorhead, and I am a speaker, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and gardener. I am a mom to 5. I homeschool 2 teenagers. I have twin toddlers and also an older son of my husband. I have had stillborn twins and a miscarriage. You will see fitness, nutrition, gardening, family, homeschooling, and Christian godly topics here. All right, good morning, everyone. I am actually running a little late. I slept in this morning. Whew. And I had a hard time getting up. Finally got to the point where I had to get up. And I got everything done. I'm supposed to be on with a client, so I gotta get going, and I'll come back to talk more later. All right, guys, it is 9:40 or 8:45. I'm looking at a different time zone. 8:45, and I just got done with class, so I did a video. I did a client and then a class. I've also changed baby diapers in between the two, and I'm about to get on again with a client. So we talked about fasting, and I've only had a banana this morning. So yeah, I will need to get onto that next. So I have to get on with another client, and I think this is it as far as clients and being on phone calls all day. So let me get that done. All right, guys, so I just got done with client calls. I've had a banana and a protein bar this morning. Elsie, I guess, pooped all over herself or something, was in the tub when I came up. So I finished that up. I really need to go into some eating. I need to get a workout in of some sorts coming up. I've got about 30 ounces of water drank. So I also need to get some more stuff done. So I've got to also finish client assessment forms. So I am working towards everything here. All right, guys, so I'm out. It's about 3 o'clock. It's been kind of a crazy day. So got done with my clients this morning. I went and had some food and took care of babies, poopy diapers, and anything else that was going on. When I guess exploded. By the time I made it upstairs, she was in the tub. But nobody cleaned up that mess. So I cleaned up the poopy all over her high chair. And then they ate. We got food for them. By that point, I hadn't really had much. I had a banana and a protein bar. So I kind of needed something more. I was getting kind of famished. And after that, I feel like I did some cleaning up. I constantly clean up. I roam and clean. I don't know. I'm kind of having a tough day. Certain people that I'm around or talk to, or I don't know, they're depressing. And it's like, it's hard to be around. You sometimes wish they would get their lives together so you could get your life together, kind of thing, so you could deal with them. I'm one, I don't know, some people are this way. I soak other people's emotions. And that's something I wish I had more control over. But I guess it is what it is. And I don't know. Sometimes being a personal trainer is really hard. Sometimes I wish I had more control over people. But the thing that a lot of people don't understand is I cannot hold a client's hand. I cannot force feed them to do it the right way. They have to choose to. And no matter what tier they're in, even if I tell them this is exactly how you are going to do this, they have to choose to do it. And I can't force it upon them. And that's the thing, is that I have to have a business that runs right. And the thing is that if you are cheating on yourself, you're cheating on yourself. I just have to deal with it longer. If you're not doing what you're supposed to, that I said, no, go do this. Go, eat healthy, and this is what I suggest for, you to do in this scenario, then they have to choose to take it. But I can't shove it down their throat. And I can't force people to show up for themselves. Because you know what? The 75 hard is one of those things that, I could have stopped last night. Last night I was at the end. I was pushing that finish line. And I could have stopped. But you know what? The key words are, I showed up for myself. I kept a promise to myself that I made. And you have to choose, is this your promise? Are you making it for yourself? And am I going to hold it? Again, I cannot hold every single client's hand. And they decide that. I can't force them to decide to show up for themselves and do what they're supposed to for themselves. I can only do that for my own self. Sorry, my neighbor's outside and I'm over here raising my voice. So anyways, I just ask that you look at yourself. You know that you need to do certain things to take care of yourself. You know that if you don't get your Bible reading done, you're not going to be stronger in God. You know that if you don't get the right nutrition, your body's not going to be healthy. You know that if you don't work out, you won't get any stronger. And you know, guys, if you don't get your sleep, you are going to be a cranky little butt the next morning. It's honest. It's the truth. And you have to pick to show up for yourself. And it's hard. Yes, I agree. When you have other things that interfere. But you have to pick that. Let me get off because there's a whole yard full of people up here. And I'm just going to walk on the other side so I'm not bothering. Okay, I don't know why it did what it did. It was turning the video sideways. So I'm going to continue with this conversation. Man, that dirt bike was very oily smelling. But, so, my time is very valuable to me. And some people in my family don't understand that. And so when I say, can we do this? And people are like, oh yeah, we can do that. Nobody hops on it. Then I have to take it upon myself to go do that. Like today I was like, can we go for a hike? Yeah, let's go for a hike. Like, well, I could take one now. We could go for the hike now. And then, well, then in 3 hours, I could go for a walk. Well, then somebody had to go do something. And we couldn't leave. And we couldn't leave. And we couldn't leave. And it became like 3 o'clock. And I'm like, I gotta get something in. Because my next workout's gonna be 6, 7. If you want to push, it will be 8. And rain is supposed to happen at 6. So I was kind of hoping for 2 walks today. But I think it's gonna have to change. So I might go down to the basement and work and walk. That didn't work last night. I couldn't seem to get that in. There was no help within the family. So we'll see what ends up happening. I feel all right, so I gotta finish this walk. I am almost to the mile. I don't know where I'm at, if I'm 20 minutes or in 16. I feel like I'm doing like a moderate pace. I guess I kind of needed to come out here for something. A walk, a hike, a bike, something, because my mood really needed to be outside. And I just wish it was more sunny. So, all right. I am going to say this, that not everything in your life is going to be easy. Not everything in your life is going to be handed to you. And sometimes you have to prove yourself and fight for it. And that's what's happened, I think, a little bit in my business, is I just continued with it. There was a lot of times I was kind of like, I'm not getting anywhere. And then I had the twins, and then all this stuff happened in my life, and I came back to it. And I didn't give up on it. I came back to it. Because I wasn't done. I knew I wasn't done. I was just putting a pen in it. I've been using that saying a lot recently. Let's put a pen in this right here, and we'll come back to it. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people recently just want to fight about it. Does that make sense? Like, this world has gotten to, even if you don't agree, let's fight about it. I've got my say-so. And I guess being in charge of a lot of things, you have to deal with a lot of people that are that way. And it's sad. I don't know what this world is coming to. I feel like this world has gotten nothing but depressing. And so that's why I need my Lonnies. Didn't I say that? I feel like I said that at the beginning of this whole challenge stuff. I have to have my Lonnies. It gives me pep. And if nobody else has pep, at least I do. Okay, so I'm gonna share pep. Guys, be a happy person. Don't make things harder than what they are. Make other people's life happy and easy and simple. And that's what I have to say about that. Yeah. I wish I could share that knowledge with everybody. Is whose life can you make easier and more simple today? So that's where I'm at. I feel like I'm halfway. But I don't know. I might walk down to the mailbox down there. Sometimes I add a little bit more step. All right, I'm off. I'm gonna enjoy some music, get a little bit more pep in my step, and smile. Because you know what? God loves you. All right, guys, so I am down in the basement. I was talking to my husband. He's gonna go into town to try and get something to eat for tonight. I don't know what just happened upstairs, but I know I have 3 people upstairs right now that can take care of that issue. So him and I I kind of sat down and did my calculations and did some research, dog and whatnot. And I really like Jimmy John's. They're just really fresh. They're pretty on it kind of thing. So they're the ones that I picked for tonight. I am getting an Unwich Hunter Club. It's a number 10. I'm minusing the mayonnaise and adding guacamole. And that is gonna get me to my protein goal for the day, and I don't even have to have another smoothie. So that's a good thing, because that way I don't have to. I did research all of their dressings at Jimmy John's has sugar in it. So mayonnaise has sugar in it. All of their dressings have sugar in it. They want to say that their bread doesn't have sugar in it, and that could be possible. I'm just not gonna chance it. And I really don't mind having it as a lettuce wrap as long as it's wrapped correctly. Sometimes I can't quite get it there. And then I'm really having a craving today for some pasta. I have not had any pasta in about a week. So I'm really having a craving for that. I mean, I've had like tortillas and stuff like that, but I'm really having a strong craving for some noodles of some sort. So that is really hard for me tonight. I really would like to have some chicken Alfredo or something like that. So I'm gonna hold off. Maybe my husband will make it for Monday. I'm going to actually probably make just some kind of I've made this before on here, the meatball pasta mix that I do in the crock pot. Well, I went to the grocery store and they don't have the meatballs. So I'm just going to use some ground meat and use the panini noodles and do the same mixture to make that for tomorrow's lunch. So that's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Hopefully it's good. I really like that like Italian meat that they make the meatballs out of, but I can't go with like a brat, like Italian brat, because they add the sugar to it. So I am just gonna have to suck it up, Buttercup. Okay, so I really came down to the basement, not to sit here and talk to you guys forever. I just wanted to encourage you guys that if you really want to go out to eat, which my husband did not want to cook tonight, and I have plenty of things that I need to take care of. He wanted to go order pizza, I think. So 2 nights of pizza for everybody else, not me. I am going to sort this big pile of laundry. I need to get some laundry really ran. I have like really put that off. Now we really need some things. And so I need to get that laundry ran and folded, and then I will hop on the treadmill for 45 minutes. And hopefully by that point, my husband is back with some dinner, because this mama is famished. And I almost went and got me another smoothie. Luckily I didn't, because I would have been like almost 140 grams of protein. And so that was good that I like checked before I just went up and got me a smoothie, because I am so hungry right now. It is 6:30. So I am going to move quickly to get this laundry rolling, and then I will hop on the treadmill and get that rolling. And then when I get done, hopefully a load is done, I can move it along and do some folding. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to just keep on moving. While I'm on the treadmill, I do plan on working on stuff. I don't plan on going like a full-blown speed. I'm just going to turn it down to like a 3 or something and try to get things planned out for the week. The last few days have been so psychotic that I haven't even gotten to that yet. Or looking at any day this weekend, or working towards the following weeks. I feel like I am losing my mind, because I know that soccer season is coming up and I need to get out there and plot out the fields. I also probably need to order a goal or two, and I need to order the AED machine for the building. So I'm like really like, I have a coach meeting on Monday, and I'm gonna have to sit and talk with some coaches, and give them like heads up what I'm looking at. I'm kind of mentally shot right now, because I'm just like, I cannot keep up with AYSO even for this season. I'm pushing it through for the fact of Josiah, but I really think that people need to step up, because I can't do it all anymore. And so me going out to the field is a lot, plus trying to get the goals out there, trying to get buy new goals to get out there. Hopefully I can buy it from this company and like get them set. They will come out and like put it in. Right now I think I can only do like 1 at a time, because I don't want to maybe 2 at a time. Goals, like 2 goals together is 1. So 1 field at a time, maybe 2, but I would be pushing it. Okay. So that's where I'm at. I'm really got my head like wrapping into AYSO season. What I need to like talk to coaches about, what this year is entailing. This is the hard part, is when I feel like I need to make it fun, but nobody wants to make it fun. So all falls on my shoulder, and so I can't do it all. I was hoping that we could I want to make it fun and make the kids feel like they're important, and encourage them. but that's harder than what people think. So on that note, we are gonna start moving laundry. All right, guys, so I am at 24 minutes and 33 seconds. I need to get 20 minutes and 27 seconds done still. I took a break to go upstairs to, my husband got dinner, brought home. Look at all these like curls. You can stop curling. He got dinner brought home, and they're having like my favorite pizza in town here. There's another one, I think it's called Mama's Pizza something in the other town, the other direction. I really like the sauce. They probably add a lot of sugar to it or something, but I just like the sausage. I'm like, sausage. So I was like, you guys finish, because I cannot sit here and watch this anymore. So I have hit my craving point today. I think the reason is because I have like very little carbs in my diet today, and I've got more fat and protein today. So I'm having a craving, and I cannot wait for tomorrow's lunch now. So I think that's what's gonna like make me get up in the morning. But for me to make it to that point, I have to make it in bed before 9. It is like almost 8. I need to get 20 something minutes done here. I need to get at least one, if not both babies, into a bath. One had one this morning, and it won't hurt for her to have another one. They like to play in there. So I got that to do. I got to finish my water. I do not have a smoothie tonight because that Unwich Hunters Club was very high in protein, and so I got about, I think, 1,200 and something calories for today, but I'm at 118 grams of protein. So that's where I'm going to stop at. My diet doesn't deal with calories, it deals with protein. So if that's where I end, then that's where I end. So I am going to sit down here, get my set. I'm going to walk down here. I got to finish my schedule for tomorrow. If anything, I might sit in bed and work on some for the rest of the week. I'll let the babies play and work on some. Like, I'm just going to do the best that I can, getting as much done tonight. I might work on them gradually throughout the week. At least I'm trying to make sure that the next day is done before I get to the next day. All right, so I'm going to put a YouTube on, something for my brain. I don't know, the last person I watched, she's not like my favorite. She's kind of fancy. So, and I'm not so fancy. Hence, we have bare walls that has nothing on there. Like, no wall. Drywall. Bare basement walls. My hair is a mess. I am not fancy. All right, guys, so I am literally done, I think, for the night. There's some things that I could do, but I got my water drink. I didn't have to have another smoothie. Both my workouts are done. Babies have had their bath. I have my clothes ready for tomorrow. I have most of the clothes for the babies ready for tomorrow for church. I am waiting on my dress that was in the washing machine. I will have to move that over tomorrow morning. I even put fresh blankets in the baby's bed today. But my house isn't spotless clean because I'm not doing kids' chores. I don't have time for all of that. So, My kids have to learn to do their chores. All right. I have babies trying to go to sleep. So I'm hoping that she will make it asleep before 10. Last night was a halfway decent night of sleep. They slept from like 10 to like 4 o'clock in the morning. So it was actually halfway decent. I'm hoping for something like that again tonight, but I don't know. They're in separate beds tonight. Last night they shared a bed out in the living room watching a cartoon movie with me. They fell asleep on. So I don't know if anybody else's kids do this, but they rock the bed. Here, let me show you. Of course, they're going to stop now. They rock the bed. Yeah, like that. Rock the bed. Okay, so I'm going to call it off. I'm going to sit here. I obviously won't be able to fall asleep until they fall asleep. So I'm going to put headphones on. Maybe I'll get to watch Steel Magnolia tonight. Maybe I'll work on finishing my list for tomorrow. That's like the only things I have left. And I'm out.